Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Fresh Look Friday. Today, all of my books are young adult fiction books, and they are all about families, either relationships between parents and kids, siblings, or like with grandparents. It's just all about the family relationship. So a lot of these are realistic fiction. So if that's what you like to read, I would definitely recommend checking these out. And we're going to start with this one. This is called We Are All Made of Molecules. This one's on the lower end. I definitely think this is great for like kids in upper elementary or middle school that are reading above their level. This is great for 6th, 7th, 8th graders, but I also really enjoyed this as an adult, so I think it's great for all ages. So if you're in high school, I think this would also appeal. This is about Stuart. He's 13. He is socially clueless. He does not know what's going on. He is just not popular at all. And then there's Ashley. She's 14. She is super popular. She is the it girl. The only problem is she's not super great at school. Stuart is amazing at school. Ashley, not so much. And these two collide together because Stuart's dad moves in with Ashley's mom. So now we have this like step family situation going on, but Stuart and Ashley don't really get along. Stuart is thrilled about this. He's so excited to have a bigger family, and Ashley cannot stand it. And she wants to avoid him at school. She wants to pretend they don't know each other. They have absolutely nothing in common, except for that they are made of molecules. So this is the story about how they start to figure out how to be a family. We are all made of molecules. Then we have a book in verse. This is called The Truth Project. And as I said, it's written in verse, so there's lots of poems in here. It's free verse, so it reads really easy, very quick. Our main character is Cordelia, and for her senior project, everyone at her high school has to do this like big senior project, and she has decided to do what her older sister did and send her DNA in for like a genetics test, similar to like 23andMe or Ancestry.com. She's going to do that and kind of figure out her place in the world and then write about it through poetry because she loves poems. The struggle here is that Cordelia has never felt like she's been part of the family. She has 2 sisters. She's the middle child. She's just always felt off. The big joke is that she thinks she's adopted because she's never really truly fit in. Well, the results come back from her DNA test and she is proven correct. Who she thought her dad is not her dad. It is not her biological father. And now she has this giant secret and she's trying to decide who she should tell, if she should talk to her mom about it. She is writing poems, but they might not be what she needs to do for the senior project. So it's just like all these layers of secrets and lies and trying to figure out who she is and who to tell. And then figure out if she wants to meet her biological father. Can she even find him? Who is he? The Truth Project. So there's like cool twisty mystery in that as well. Then we have What Beauty There Is. This book is haunting. I still think about it, and I read it when it came out a couple years ago. Jack, he's our main character. He has a little brother, and he must protect his little brother at all costs. They don't have a great family situation, and things transpire, and he needs to keep his little brother out of foster care because it's not a great system. So he and Jack Jack and his little brother end up running away and kind of hiding out in this cabin, and it's winter and it's hard to survive, and he just wants to stay under the radar so he doesn't lose his little brother. And then he decides that he is going to start looking for the drug money that his father supposedly has and hid away. His dad was not a good dude, but apparently there's this very large amount of money that came into his father's hands from drugs, and it's hidden somewhere, and Jack has decided that that's the only way that he can really save himself and his little brother is to find this drug money so that they can survive together. Well, he's not the only one looking for this drug money, so there's some wrinkles in his plan there. Then there's Ava. Ava is this like loner girl who's Jack's age, and she has an abusive father, not a great family situation, and Ava's trying to decide if she wants to help Jack, if she just wants to stay away because she's found that relationships in the past are not great. So she wants to protect herself. And to complicate things further, Ava's dad is one of the people also looking for this money. Things get dark, things get scary, things get violent. What beauty there is. It's like a twisty mystery survival-y story, but still at the heart of it, it's the relationship between Jack and his brother. I loved it. Oh, this is another one that I loved. I can't even tell you. This is called Orbiting Jupiter. It's, as you can see, a pretty thin book. It's a very, very quick read. Oh, it's so good. Okay, this is also about Jack. Jack is very excited. He is getting a foster brother, an older foster brother, and he only knows 3 things about this brother that he's getting. He almost killed his teacher. Because of that, he was incarcerated, sent to jail. He's 14 years old and has a daughter. Can you imagine that? He is 14 years old and he is a father. He has a little baby girl named Jupiter. And Joseph is this foster brother's name. Joseph wants to do anything and everything in his power to find Jupiter. She's been taken away because he was in jail and he needs to find Jupiter. Now, obviously, there's lots of things going on in Joseph's life. This thing with the teacher, why he was in jail, that is slowly unraveled. Jack slowly learns what happens, and Jack finds himself wrapped up in helping Joseph find little baby Jupiter. It's a quick read. It's very, very fast. There's lots of things going on. It's a great relationship about foster siblings, but also a really great story about a teenage dad, Orbiting Jupiter. And then finally, this is my newest one to share with you. This is called The Silence That Binds Us. This is brand new, came out this year. Everyone in the world should read this book. It is so well written. It is so beautiful. It's about May. May is struggling because her brother Danny, who she looked up to, who she loved with everything. Danny was always there to make her feel better when she was fighting with her mom, was always there to protect her. Danny has committed suicide. He stood in front of a train and got hit by the train and died. Everyone is blown away by this. They had no idea. There were no signs that Danny was sad, that he was depressed, that he was upset. He had just been accepted to Princeton, and no one gets what's going on. Well, May she can't. She's done. She doesn't know what to do. Her brother and best friend is gone. There was no clues. And she's beside herself. She doesn't go to school for the rest of the school year. And then when the next fall comes around, she decides she's ready to go back to school. Everyone looks at her differently. Everyone knows what happened to Danny. It doesn't help that they are one of the very few Asian families in the community. And then some racist accusations start happening in the town. A very wealthy man who runs the biggest company in town starts saying that it's the Asians' fault. They're putting too much pressure on their children, so now everyone's child is under pressure to succeed and get into the best college, and that's why suicides are happening. And May cannot be silenced. She cannot just sit and let these things happen. And she starts writing poems for the local newspaper to kind of explain what's going on and how this man is wrong. Her parents are not happy with that. They want her to just sit down, put her head down, and forget that it has happened and move on with her future. And she will not stand for it. It's a really, really great story about relationships between siblings. It's a great story about relationships between parents. She and her mom do not get along, and then the death of Danny makes it that much worse, and they kind of have to find a way to communicate again. And at the heart of it, it's a story about grief and suicide and depression and what that means for different people and how we should look at it and talk about it. The Silence That Binds Us. that's what I have for you today. Hopefully you are interested in some of those and you can come in and check any of them out. They are also all available on our digital platforms, some in ebooks, some in audiobooks, some both. If you are interested in more realistic fiction stories or stories about families, come in, let me know. I want to help you find even more. See you next time.